Hi, in this video I'm going to present our study on the effect of social context on proxemics. Proxemics is a study of humans' use of space. In our case, we are interested in the personal space people try to keep empty around themselves. There are many studies on this, and several factors have been shown to influence this distance, such as the culture or the gender of the person. For this work, we are interested in sports events. There are many such events, such as the Olympics, the World Cup, and so on. They always gather lots of people, and the social setting is quite peculiar. For example, the supporters of a team can be very friendly with each other, even if they don't know each other. And they can be unfriendly with the supporter of other team. It is important to understand the change in behavior in such events to manage it more efficiently and make simulation more realistic. So the goal of the study is to check whether there is a difference with the personal space distance between a regular setting and a sport event. For the regular setting, we chose a train station, shown on the left picture. And this is in front of an information display where people wait for the train. For the sport event, which is shown on the right picture, we chose a kind of sport fair, and the experiment is run in front of a small game. Then we reproduce the study in VR to check if we can find the same result. So a VR subway station, or in this case, a VR fan zone in front of a big screen. The experiment was run by two students. They first chose a subject. We limited ourselves to male subject to avoid the gender factor for this study. Then one of the students went to evade the personal space of the subject. In this video, the student is already in place in front of the subject. We can see the subject moving backward to free his personal space, which clearly shows in this case that he was annoyed by the intrusion. During the interaction, the second student takes notes of the subject reaction, and then they both interview the subject. Now, for the result, in real world, we have a graph where the subjects are categorized and ordered according to the amount of visual clues of annoyance they display. On the left side, for example, we have the subject that did not react at all to the invasion. And on the right side, we will have the subject that moved backward, like in the video. In the middle, we will have subject that increase the stare to the intruder or shift a bit their weight. With the blue curve, we can see that most people in the train station seem visibly annoyed, while the red curve show quite opposite result for the stadium. The interview even showed that most subjects in the sport event did not even perceive the intrusion. So the results show that there is clearly a difference in behavior between the train station and the stadium. For virtual reality, the two curves are very close to each other. During the experiment, we realized that most of our subjects never experienced VR, and both situations end up being playful to them, which in the case of the train station could be very counterproductive. That could explain the absence of difference between the two situations and why the results in VR are closer to the stadium results from the real world. Moreover, we did not observe extreme reaction. The backward step was replaced by small side steps, which might be explained by the limited peripheral vision and that the intruder is not real. Indeed, the interview revealed that they still felt anger at the intrusion, but it quickly faded as they remember it was not a real human. In conclusion, we did see a difference of behavior between the train station and the stadium, the personal space being less important or smaller during the sport event. This difference did not show up in VR, which we believe is because it is hard to control the mindset of the participants. Here they had fun in the train station, but in reality, people are usually stressed or tired or bored waiting for the train. And that is not only a limitation of VR, but of control experiments in general, which is why it is important to continue running experiments in the real world and evaluating the VR platform when using it for experiments. For future work, the experiment should be run with other category of population. For example, we need to check if the results are the same with female population. We also would like to try to improve immersion, especially making the train station less fun by extending the duration of the experiment or giving participants boring tasks before waiting for their train. Finally, we still have to analyze the measurement done in VR. Especially, we recorded the gaze of the participants, which we can see in the video. The subject is a circle in green and his gaze is represented by the dotted line. Thank you for your attention.